Killmonger. If you let Black America come back to Africa,
Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, do hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so anytime any new content is uploaded, you will be the first to hear about it because you will be a member of the community and you're just not going to miss out, you guys. But we're going to dig into this video. Even if I want to put up, it's not even a disclaimer. I just want to say, even if you are not a huge Dr. Umar fan, maybe you don't agree with most of what he says, that's fine. I don't agree with everything that he says either. However, I think this is definitely worth taking a listen to. He's going to break down, analyze the Black Panther movie, the franchise, I guess you could say. And he's making some pretty good points here, you guys. We're going to listen to it together. But this was one I was kind of like, to be perfectly honest, I was kind of like going back and forth. Did I want to cover it? Did I not want to cover it? I know sometimes when I put up Dr. Umar content, it usually kind of erupts, right? Which is fine. That's perfect because all of this content is about discussion, right? As a matter of fact, when I first saw the very first Black Panther movie in 2018, and for me, I was fresh coming off of African studies courses I had taken, and I'm watching it and I'm like, this is textbook socio-political content. Like, this is textbook, like, I don't know, but I think it's just really interesting to hear him break it down. You guys are going to watch it together. Please do wait until the end because that's when I really kind of share my opinions on the content that we watch together. You guys, I'm going to talk through it a little bit, but I'll really share like my full thoughts toward the end of the video. So do wait on that, but let's just dig right in, you guys. Okay.
I'm curious, what did you think of the Black Panther movie?
the Black Panther movie, shout out to Ryan Coogler, and of course he has a black woman. Cinematography, excellent. 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 Now let's deal with the content.
Yeah, that's all.
The cinematography is one thing. Content is something else. I got issues with the content in Black Panther. Why? Killmonger, which I believe was Dr. Umar plagiarized, because in that movie, next time you watch Black Panther, you're going to hear Killmonger say things that I've said verbatim. Verbatim. I saw at least 4 comments out of Michael.
What do you guys think about that? That Michael B. Jordan's character was actually Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know. I mean, I do know a lot of times like directors, movie writers do have to kind of pull from like real personalities. Do you guys think that they pulled Killmonger's character from Dr. Umar? You guys leave comments. Let me know what you guys think.
B. Jordan mouth that I've said verbatim.
Damn.
So they took me and made me into Killmonger.
Can you give us maybe one of those?
Yes, indeed. When he said there's 2 million people all around the world who look exactly like us and we not doing nothing for them. Who the fuck you ever hear say that but King Kong? And I can give you more than that. They took, but stay with me, stay with me. So with Black Panther with the content, Killmonger was the metaphorical woke black man in America who knows everything but doesn't respect African culture. The message in Killmonger to Africa was, don't let these woke Negroes over there. Yeah, they read all the books and they know all the history, but they don't respect African culture. They've been Europeanized and they filled with hatred, like Killmonger. If you let Black America come back to Africa, they will destroy your society. There was coded messages in Black Panther for different African populations.
Okay, so what do you guys, let's kind of unpack that now. Like I always say, wait until the end because that's really when I really share my thoughts, like, you know, full on. We'll let this video play. But what do you guys think about that? Like, you know, I didn't really, when I initially saw it, I didn't see it as like coded messages to different African people, Black people. I saw Killmonger's character as being more of like definitely representing like the African American male, right? But I saw him as representing like the African American revolutionary who, you know, wants to rise up, who's been oppressed. I saw him more as like maybe like the real Black Panther or like a Malcolm X or Fred Hampton or like some sort of like revolutionary. That's how I saw it. Not just like your average woke, because you could be woke but not really wanting to take action. I saw him Killmonger as being like that woke revolutionary, you know, oppressed revolutionary. That's how I saw Killmonger's character. But let's just keep going, you guys.
Populations around the world. Now let's look at Prince T'Challa, right? Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. His character, the Black Panther, was what? Selfish, stingy. He was a nationalist, but he wasn't a Pan-Africanist. He didn't care about black people outside of Wakanda. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when Lupita kept trying to get him to go help? She said, we got everything in Wakanda. Let's go help our brothers and sisters in America. Prince T'Challa said, we don't give a damn about them.
Yeah, he did.
You follow what I'm saying? So that was a message to Black America that Africa don't want your ass. Y'all can keep wearing dashikis and changing your name and getting locks. They don't want you. So the messages, I think, were very damaging and destructive to the aspirations of black people on both sides of the water. And let's be clear, this was not a coincidence. Black Panther came out in...
Real quick, with that, you guys, like I say, I'm going to save a lot of my comments to the end. I'm going to let the video go, but I'd have to agree with Dr. Umar on that. Like, I did see T'Challa's character as being that. And I initially saw the movie, you know, like I say, especially freshly coming off of an African studies class. I'd taken some courses. I'm like, this is definitely textbook socio-political content. Like, I could see the whole nationalist versus Pan-Africanist, like right in your face, like nothing hidden. Like, that was the content of the movie. Let's just keep going. 2017, was it? 2018?
2018, I want to say.
What was the very next year after Black Panther came out? The year of return. 1619 to 2019. 400 years of African people in the diaspora relocated from slavery. Are you going to tell me it's a coincidence that you bring a movie out? You bring a movie out the year before the quadricentennial of black slavery. You bring a movie out that tells Africans black Americans are no good for you, and tell black Americans Africans are no good for you. Look at this now. Killmonger is the metaphorical black man in America. Prince T'Challa, the metaphorical black man in Africa. You don't want to be bothered with him, and you don't want to be bothered with him. Now let's bring it home. CIA agent Ross, remember the white boy?
Yep.
At the end of the day, he flies the plane in. He really saves the day. Can I ask y'all a question? How can a CIA agent be a hero in an African movie when the CIA assassinated every major black leader we had in America, Africa, Central South America, and the Caribbean?
I want to say this real quick. I was even tripping when I initially saw that too. I was like, is this for real? Like, they had him flying the plane. And also, if you guys wait till the end, I'm going to talk about my two separate movie going experiences, seeing the same movie. It's just different audiences. But, you know, I could say with one of the crowds, they were like, yay, cheering when Agent Ross was flying the plane and stuff like that. But it was just like propaganda to me at its finest. Like, it was just in your face type of propaganda. But let's just keep going, you guys.
Down. One more. For the Queendom. The movie's in Africa, right?
Right.
Can you tell me something? Why you didn't see a single black mother with a child in a 3-hour movie in Africa? There was no maternity in Black Panther. Where can you go in Africa and not see a woman with her baby?
Message.
You know why? You know why?
Why is that?
Because they are trying to create a mindset and an atmosphere in an ecosystem where black children no longer look to black on black heterosexual love. And so they strip Black Panther of black on black heterosexual love because they selling our children the rainbow agenda.
Oh, that's a big one, you guys. What do you guys think about that? I mean, that's a heavy one he's throwing out there. Please do leave comments. How do you guys feel about that? Did you notice that there wasn't like any like mothers with children? I didn't notice that, but now that he's saying it, like, I don't know. You guys, I'm just keep going.
Panther 2 followed up on it. I'll never forget Black Panther 2 because it came out on November the 11th of 22? 22, right? I know it was 11/11. You know why? Because we just celebrated Nat Turner. Nat Turner was hanged November the 11th, 1831. So every November the 11th, we go to Nat Turner land and we celebrated him in the army, right? So at Nat Turner, I said, who want to go see Black Panther tonight? We was hyped. Just got finished celebrating Nat Turner. We got the energy. We go to the damn movie theater. And all I see is brown people whipping the shit out of black people. That movie was a disgrace. Black Panther 2 was a disgrace.
Yeah.
Listen, can I ask you a question? Go back to Black Panther 1, right?
Right.
Our children was hype off the characters in Black Panther 1, right? Everybody wanted to be, right? Now you high on Black Panther 1. Your mother and father take you to see Black Panther 2. So now you got these, I don't know what they were, Latinos, Arabs.
They were Latinos.
Okay. And much respect to the Latino nation. So you have these Latinos, right, who live under the water.
Right.
And they have all the same powers.
Even better.
They have even better powers. Old boy was a god. He was a
Yeah, he was.
Somebody help me. Since when did you have another category of superheroes, right, who have the exact same or better grade, higher quality powers of your superheroes? Here's the question. What was the purpose of Black Panther 2 if it wasn't to strip the self-esteem of black kids who was riding high for Black Panther 1?
Now, I will say this, you guys. I did not see Black Panther 2. I did not see Black Panther 2 after, like, I heard the theme of it, and I did not like the whole black on brown, like, fighting. Like, I just, blacks against the browns, and I don't like that. To me, I'm like, I'm good. But if you guys saw it, you guys had opinions. People that I saw did not care for that whole theme. But you guys leave comments down below. Let's keep going.
They whipped our ass. They went into Wakanda and whipped everybody's ass. Jabari from the Mountain Tribe, he wasn't doing shit in Black Panther 2. He got his ass whipped. You feel me? So, and then remember they killed the mother? What Black Panther, what black person you know? They kill Auntie, Angela Bassett, kill your mother. You come back and make peace with the people who killed your mother?
Damn.
What kind of movie was that?
That's true, yeah.
Listen, Ryan Coogler, you're not going to tell me Ryan Coogler writing these himself.
No.
Okay, you guys. All right, so just to talk a little bit about my experience seeing the movie and actually seeing the first Black Panther. It was weird because I actually saw it twice. And when I saw it, it was like two totally different movie going experiences, right? I saw it initially when it came out. I saw it with my family. I saw it with my son, my sister, my niece, my nephews. Like we made sure that we went out and we saw it on that first opening night. Second time that I saw it, and it had already been in the theaters for a minute, and I went and I saw it with my mom, who had not seen it but heard great things about it. So first experience that I saw when I saw the movie, and when I went and I saw it in the theater. The theater was full of my people. It was full of African American people in that theater. And when Killmonger's character was killed, right? Now, the whole time I'm watching it and I'm seeing the breakdown of it, right? Like, I'm seeing that Killmonger is supposed to represent, like, African Americans. Like, if there is any kind of representation, I'm seeing Killmonger is representing, like, African Americans. I'm seeing T'Challa's characters representing, like, the African. I'm already seeing the division. The first time I see the movie, I'm seeing it with a movie theater full of black people, right? And when Killmonger's character was killed, the whole entire movie theater erupts with like, yay, and clapping and like, woo, like people are just so happy when Killmonger's character was killed. I'm looking around like do my people not get that, like, his like, this is me freshly coming off an African studies course, but like, I'm looking around and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I'm looking around, not that I like didn't have a reaction, but my reaction, if anything, was more like me going like, remember the sound that the other character made? Like, he's like, like that. If anything, that was mine, because, I'm like, oh my God. But I just thought that was really interesting because, like I say, entire theater erupts. People are clapping, cheering. They are so happy when Killmonger's character is killed off, right? So like I say, I'm like, oh, one time that I saw it, I had been in theaters for a minute, and it was a different, like the movie theater that I saw it at, which was the same theater that I saw it at the first time, but it's really in I guess you could say, it's in a campus area of a very well-known Ivy League university, okay? But the second time that I saw it, it was the first crowd was I would say probably a good 90% African American, 95% African American. The second crowd that I saw it with when I went with my mom was probably a good 90% Caucasian, right? It wasn't a whole lot of people in the theater. We went kind of later in the evening, but for the amount of people that was there, and it was still a nice amount, it was mostly Caucasian, right? And when Killmonger's character was killed, you didn't hear any claps. You didn't hear any cheers. If anything, you heard silence, and then you heard whispering. Now, it could be, like I say, them being college students, maybe they had some courses, maybe they could see the clear socio-political content that I saw. But I just thought that was really fascinating. Maybe they saw it as Killmonger representing the African American male or the oppressed revolutionary, right? But it was a opposite, like, completely opposite. And I do think that maybe initially, which I think in a way is kind of good, like maybe Black people were supposed to feel some type of way about Black Panther 1. But because most of us did not identify with Killmonger, we saw ourselves as being, a Wakandian or whatever. Didn't identify with Killmonger. It didn't have the effect that maybe it was initially supposed to have. I don't know. I know a lot of people after that had like Wakanda weddings and parties and celebrations. People dressed like, Wakanda. People were very proud coming off of that first movie. So in a way, I guess, having blinders on to certain content, having blinders on to certain content in a way, I guess was good. People felt very proud, right? Okay, now for T'Challa's character, I saw the character of the actual Black Panther, T'Challa, to represent like the African, right? Not the African American, but just the African. And there again being a disconnect, which I do feel there is, right? A disconnect when it comes to African Americans and actual Africans. I think that unfortunately, and not, I'm not speaking like it's not blanketed, because I know there's plenty that, might associate, socialize or whatever, with, but I do feel like, the average African, a lot of them, maybe have been told, when they get to America, don't really associate with African Americans because they, don't have, they don't respect themselves. They don't, they don't think very highly of African Americans. Now, I could be wrong, but from what I've known and heard and what I've known, that there is unfortunately a disconnect. And even on the African American side, a lot of African Americans feel a certain type of way about Africans and wanting to be disassociated, or it's an insult to be called, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I do feel like on certain levels there is already like a disconnect, right? But I think that T'Challa's character stood for the indigenous, right? Like the real actual African, and how the African does feel disassociated from the African American and has more of a, I guess you could say, allegiance to the African country that they are from, and actually being like pure Africans, right? So that's really kind of like how I saw it. Oh yeah, you guys, okay, almost forgot. And as far as like Black Panther 2, okay, after I saw the first one and I saw kind of like the content, I wasn't crazy about it. And like I say, just the socio-political content that was in it, I wasn't a huge fan of it. And then the fact that they killed off Michael B. Jordan, I'm like, it's no reason for me to see the second one. Although I did want to see it until I heard that it was basically the blacks versus browns, and, pitching Black and browns against each other and stuff. Like, I was not a fan of that at all. I thought that was, I'm just like, no, it's no, so I can't really speak on Black Panther 2. So if you guys saw that, if you enjoyed it, or just whatever, you have your opinions, definitely leave your comments down below, but I cannot speak on that. But just, everybody that I know that had pretty much seen it was just like, oh, it was terrible. And that all it was, I guess you could say what it appeared to be was like blacks and Latinos going at it. Or I should say just people, blacks and browns, people of color, just because I still say people of color, blacks, Latinos, whatever, just going at it, fighting each other. Like, for me, I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. Now, this next one's supposed to have Denzel in it. He's normally in nothing but great movies. I pretty much enjoy a lot of Denzel movies, so I might check out this third one. You guys, let me know. Do you guys plan on seeing it? Or, let me know. But yeah, so anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on the next video. Again, if you are not a member of the community, do hit the subscribe button, you guys, so that you do not miss out on content and we can continue to discuss.